So I'm here doing a sewer camera inspection because we have a slow drain over here. This is usually has to do with the plumbing system, the trap. Could be something lodged in there, but we've got this sink over here is working just fine. This one's got a slow drain. So there could be something stopping that line. And we're going to run this drain as well. This isn't draining very quickly either. It's a little bit slower than it should be, so I'm going to run that water, let that go out. So a little unusual, we've got some plumbing cleanouts on the back patio here, brass caps, 4 of them in a line, so we're going to have to see which one of those go out to the street. Now typically in Arizona those plumbing cleanouts are in the front. But for some reason they're in the backyard here on these properties, so gotta do our best. I don't see any cleanouts at the front of the house, so we're gonna go through those back ones. Alright, so with the water running right now, I've got 2 sets of cleanouts. We've got all the caps opened up, and no, none of these screws are long enough to even go down into that. The only thing that was holding these caps on was this sealant, silicone putty, but we don't have any water flowing in this clean out. But we do have water flowing in these cleanouts. So we're gonna go down these cleanouts on the side here and see what we can find. Sewer camera inspection at 428 North 96th Place in Mesa. We have 2 plumbing cleanouts in the back here. Set of bullhorn cleanouts right here where there is water flowing with the shower on the southeast corner, and then 2 cleanouts back there that do not have any water flowing through them today. So we're going to go back under the house through this first set of cleanouts that has the water flowing. And we're going to try and follow this water back to that bathroom. Water's coming down this pipe. As far as we can go on that side of the drain, see there's some water in the pipe, but that's coming from that back bathroom. That drain hole is too small for me to get back in there to see underneath those the sink that's slow draining in the shower. I can't get back underneath that drain with my sewer camera. Not quite that far. And see, this is the pipe where the water is coming out of. So I'm 45 feet from the clean out in the backyard. We're pretty close to that bathroom drain right there. I'm going to go flush the toilet and see which one of these is the toilet. So just flush the toilet twice, and that's your toilet connection there, and then that's your bathtub that's just right beyond that. So we're right at that bathroom right now. I'm gonna go run the sink and see if that drain is connected to the sink. So it's telling us those drains are good underneath the house, going up to those plumbing fixtures in the bathroom. There's just something going on with the drains. They're not draining quite as quick as they should. Down the other hole and go the other direction, hopefully out to the street. There's your city connection. That PVC pipe should be the city connection, about 22 feet. Go past it a little bit. Pipe sure drops down quite a bit right in that section. Retaining some water there at 27 feet. After the PVC pipe, a little bit, it should be city connection. It would be unusual for them to mix materials on the same property. I guess this is your reminder not to slam doors with glass on them. I didn't do it. So it turns out the water leak wasn't coming from the P-trap. It's actually coming from the sink connection up on top. You see the water dripping right off that side. This thing needs to be tighter. Doesn't even look like it's lined up very well. About 5 turns on that. Looks a little more sealed now. No more dripping water. But still have a slow drain. Yeah, it's still kind of slow, even compared to this side. That side goes right down. Yep. Usually when you get some bubbles or something like that, it's some type of venting problem. So we've got some issue going on there. I don't think there's debris in the drain line, at least underneath the sink, even though there is debris over here. I'm getting this bubbling because we've got bad ventilation for the pipes. Now we're going to try to go down the other cleanouts that don't have any water flowing through them at the moment. Turn the kitchen sink on. So I do have the kitchen sink running right now, and I'm going to catch all these drains and what's connected to it. I'm going to try and flush the right side of the house over the toilets. Okay, so right now I've got the sink in the kitchen running, and I've got the shower in the primary bathroom running. I'm starting to see a little bit of water build up already, so let's see the laundry drain over there. We're seeing the water come down the pipe, so it's coming from the primary. now we're going to come down that next hole right there and go the other direction. That's your kitchen sink right there. So you've got a clean out on the right hand side of the backyard or the north side of the backyard for the north drains of the property. And the clean out on the south side is for the south properties and the south bathrooms. Hello, this is Dan.
Hey Dan, it's Diana out here in Superior. I just wanted to update you. I went to town hall and I got plans where the sewer drain or the sewer connection and the clearance is, which is over by where the electricity was and stuff. Okay. But I came back here and I can't find it. It's probably buried. And who knows? Maybe they moved it, or maybe it's someplace else, right?
There's a possibility they didn't even. So, north side of the property, south side of the property. North side of the property has got the sink and the primary bathroom over here. Primary shower was running. So this is some of the water that we saw in the drain was from that bathroom. So, when you're dealing with low flow drains in a bathroom, but the sewer pipes are perfectly fine, what do you think it is? Well, I pulled the drain cover off the bathtub. I can tell you right now that's going to be one of your problems. And as for this sink, I'm going to take a chance here, see what happens. It's already leaking. So inside this P-trap, sometimes you can get some debris. That was about the stupidest thing I've done all day. Probably all year. Yeah, it's not much going on in there. We've got a little bit of gunk, but I don't think that's the main cause of the problem. Now I gotta clean this water up. So it turns out they didn't have a main drain line issue. They've just got some issues with the sink, and they got some issues with the bathtub that need to be taken care of by a licensed plumber. I can't tackle it that far, diagnose it, but I think we've got some venting issues with that sink. That's why we get that bubbling, that gurgling. So there's probably some work that you're going to need a plumber to come in and check out that drain line, at least the vent inside the wall, to make sure that you get that to stop gurgling. That'll improve your drain line. Thanks for watching.